Mozambique, a side that has gone to the semi-finals in the last two editions of the FIBA Women's AfroBasket, an elite team that also played the Olympic qualifiers tournament in Belgrade in Serbia earlier this year. But there's a lot to play for. On paper, both teams are very good. They have experienced players, and there's a lot to play for in this game.
There is indeed, and you had a look at the bracket there. Just two more teams have a chance to book their slots in the quarterfinals. Could it be Mozambique? Could it be Kenya? It would take a lot from the Kenya side to take down Mozambique, who, as Usher said, have plenty of experience when it comes to top bracket finishes. But anything is possible in this 26th edition of FIBA Women's AfroBasket. Again, the top two teams of this tournament will play in a qualifying tournament for the FIBA World Cup for women, taking place in Sydney, Australia in 2022. And as Mozambique get ready to head on down to the floor, they've been shooting 36% the two-point field goal, 16% for the three, and that is a low percentage for Mozambique, who generally have been a pretty good three-point shooting team. But again, it's been the first big tournament since COVID took over the world, and a lot of teams have not had the playing time, have not had the tournaments that happen in between AfroBaskets to get that experience, to shake off the cobwebs. So all things considered, the tournaments that have been performing in this, or the games that have been performing in this tournament, have been doing very well. As Usher said, finished fourth in the last AfroBasket. They played Angola and Nigeria in the group stage, and they've met Kenya once in last year's AfroBasket. They won that game, and they'll be looking to take down the Lionesses of Kenya in this game as well. But I'll tell you what, it cannot happen without a fight, and Kenya definitely with the stretch to snatch this victory away from Mozambique. And as they get ready to take the floor, Kenya have been shooting 38% from the 2 points field goal, 17% from the three. And I dare say, on paper, these two teams are fairly evenly matched. But it's a different story once you get onto the floor. Energies are different. Adjusting to the environment is different. But I have to say the bench has been playing very well for Kenya. They've averaged 21 points in this tournament. The best results in an AfroBasket was when Kenya finished second in 1993. And that took place in Dakar, Senegal. It was the start of a great next couple of years for Kenya. In 1994, they made it to the World Championships and were the only African team in those championships that took place in Australia, the place where the World Championships go back to in 2022. We're going to have more on these two teams, but let's have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
Jopo from Cameroon, Commissaire Colonel Sam Amadou from Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, bien vouloir vous lever pour l'exécution des hymnes. DJ, bien sûr, du Mozambique.
And we'll take a look at the referees for this game. Najer Zenajui from Algeria, Aya Ahmed from Egypt, and we have Jan Davidson from Madagascar. Let's have a look at Mozambique's starting five. Bukauro will lead the way, led by Kosa Mafanela, Seda, and Stefania Chizian, who did not play the first game but has had really good two back-to-back games coming out of that, averaging 11 points per game and leading her team on scoring. Of course, they'll be led by the head coach, Nasir Saleh. No stranger to your screens when it comes to matters Mozambique. And now taking a look at the starting five for Kenya, Melissa Otieno and Natalie Mwangale, who has been a fighter for the Kenyan side, will lead the way. Wanyama, Owino, and Reynolds will cover the front court. And coming off the bench, you want to keep a close eye out for number 10, Christine Akinyi, who was clutch against Cape Verde a couple of nights ago. They managed to defeat Cape Verde by 3 points. They'll be led by the head coach, George Mayenga, Kenyan coach, but also plying his trade in Uganda. He'll bring his expertise into this tournament. And he's no stranger to championship finishes. He's led USIU to several local league championships and appearances at the club championship games across the continent. I have a really good feeling about this game, Usher. I think it's going to be the matchup that we've been looking up for today.
Well, obviously, thinking about the styles that both teams play, very quick off their feet. They're also very physical teams, and we know that Mozambique are very hungry for success. They've not tested victory at this tournament yet, and for a team that only trained for 4 days before coming here, it will be a very tough ask against the Zone 5 champions, who had over a month to prepare for this tournament. But experience could come in play for Mozambique. They have players that have played together for the last 10 years. Players like Tamara Seda, Dimo, Bukauro Ingvild, and Annabella Kosa, who are known to thrive behind the arc. But Kenya have their work cut out, and they know that victory today will go into the history books.
It would indeed, Usher. It really would. Winning this game for Kenya would be huge, not just for the program, but also for the East Africa region. Again, we've talked about it before. Zone 5 is one of the most competitive regions across the continent. And there we have the opening tip-off. Hello and welcome again to the Palais des Sports in Yaoundé, Cameroon, for the matchup between Mozambique and the Lionesses of Kenya. Stefan Chizian gets Mozambique up on the board first. And I think we're going to be in for a treat today, ladies and gentlemen. Wangale going to try and take it in. It goes off the arm of Mafanela. Three seconds on the shot clock. Reynolds tries to float one into Owino. And it's a long pass to Chizian, a bit too strong. And Mozambique have their first turnover of the game. Usher, do you remember when Mozambique went against Angola? It was blood on this floor those first 2 minutes.
It was a Lusophone derby, very much expected. The two sides, you can say, have bad blood. They had too many scores to settle.
Mwangale fires and knocks it down. Natalie Mwangale gets 3 points for Kenya and allows Kenya to take the 1-point lead here in the first quarter.
She's just basically starting off from where she stopped in the last game.
She's such a fighter as Chizian tries to slice the defense. Offensive board by Tamara Seda, kicks it out to Mafanella. Mafanella now for the perimeter J. She hits that one.
Playing like a captain, Mafanella, trying to lead from both ends of the court.
Otieno looking for options. Gets it to Victoria Reynolds. Owino in the low post. She puts it up, kiss off the board. And Vilma Owino, who played a good chunk of time in Uganda for Uganda Christian University. That's good fight there in the post. The jump ball is called. As we take a look at the replay, Natalie Mongale is so good with that help side defense. Hits the three-point shot. Kenya are looking good. Reynolds is fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line to shoot two as Shizian picks up her first foul.
That matchup is a very interesting one. And I think Victoria will be trying to do that all game. Take the ball to the Mozambican guards. Try to get them in foul trouble.
Reynolds misses the first free throw. Gets the second one to go. She's been averaging 9 points in this game. Should have a great first game, but she's made the adjustment. This one, Mukauro. Good dish to Mafanella. Taking care of business. Wangale to Otieno. Otieno loses the ball to Mukauro, and Chizian on the other end, too hard off the glass, and Kenya have to be careful on transition. Mozambique are so fast at bringing the ball up. Otieno off. Wangale is a good fight for the ball. She tries to get it to Owino, and it's scooped up by Tamar Seda. Kosa from downtown. Offensive board, Wangale. Reynolds tries to get the soft touch. And that was a good challenge from Mozambique's defense. 6 apiece, Usher. Is this what you expected in the first 3 minutes of this game?
Absolutely. You can see that both sides warmed up very well, very focused. And they're trying to minimize on those mistakes on every possession and trying to run their plays. And things are still looking good. Not so much pressure.
Oh, Tamar Seda can't get that one to drop. And she's such a threat there in the low post. So Kenya have been bailed out of that situation. Mercy Wanyama at the elbow. She takes it all the way, gets off balance, can't get it to fall. Here comes Mukauro. Kicks it out to Kosa for the three, drains it. And that's going to be Annabella Kosa for her first field goal of this game. Wanyama out to Otieno. Otieno will fire from 3 points, and she gets on the board.
It's a shooting clinic so far in this game. You can shoot, I can shoot, we can all shoot.
Yes, Natalie Mwangale with the steal, and she'll bring the ball up. She's going to decide to go all the way, and she's fouled on the floor. Will head to the charity stripe to shoot 2. Kosa with a beautiful 2-point shot, a 3-point shot rather. It's good to see her get fired up. She was one of the best 3-point shooters in Africa at one point, very reliable. Timeout has been called by Mozambique. Let's head to the bench and hear what he has to say.
Primeiro homem na esquina. Atenção, 3/4 dentro. Não pode ser abandonado na penetração. Atenção, o último poste cá dentro, para o buraco. Tem que haver linhas de passe. Não podemos chegar cedo, jogar em transição, paramos. Taticamente, temos que ser muito mais forte que eles. O que eles querem é correr contra nós. Tá? Atenção, a defesa dos bloqueios. Perímetro, switch, troquem sempre, tá? Poste baixo, não defendas por fora, defende por dentro. Tá? Isola a nossa área. Vamos lá aguentar mais 1 minuto. Vamos lá, malta, bora.
Mozambique and Kenya are evenly matched on paper, and it's reflecting now on the floor. I think this game is going to come down to heart, Usher.
It is whichever team stays consistent on both ends of the court, obviously will at some point be rewarded. But so far, Mwangale, she's playing good defense and also good offense on the other end as she converts her first free throw there.
Can't get the second one to drop, and she'll play defense on Kosa as Kosa brings the ball up. Mafanella about to get stuck. She manages to get past Wanyama with the block. And Kenya are going the other way. Reynolds now at the wing. Throws the ball right into the hands of Chizian, and we've seen this play between Chizian and Mukaro 3 times in this game. The great efficiency of Mozambique. Mwangale tried to inbound the ball to Vilma Wino in the post, and it's kicked out of bounds. 5 minutes gone in this first quarter. An extremely fast-paced game as Tamar Seda has a seat, and checking into the game is Diolinda Gimo. Otieno fires again from 3 points. This time can't get it to fall. Mukaro will bring the ball up. Gets it to Gimo, Gimo to Kosa. Mukaro kicks it out to Chizian. Chizian rattles that one in. 5 points for her, 1 for 1 from 3 point. Mwangale is also feeling it, in and out. And Reynolds needs to do a better job on the boards. She was just watching in that possession. Mukaro with her first 3-pointer of this game, and Mozambique have on a run here. And we know basketball is a game of runs. They've extended it to a 6-point lead.
Now that's exactly what Coach Nasir Saleh was telling them in that timeout, to create for their shooters. And indeed, they are doing the job behind the arc. And we were talking about teams that can actually score from behind the arc and how that sort of helps their offense to run away with the score. And Kenya have to be careful now. We can see they're playing a man-to-man defense.
Mafanella decides to take it in herself. That's good defense from Mercy Wanyama. Gimo tries with the putback. She's fouled on the floor, but will head to the line to shoot 2 as Mercy Wanyama picks up her first personal foul. Gimo hits the first one. And gets the second to go as well. This has become a quick 8-point lead for Mozambique. Mafanella has a seat, and checking into the game is number 20, Kovane. Bounce pass to Wanyama in the post. She gets it out to Christine Akinyi. Akinyi is looking for options. Wanyama wants it. She's on the baseline, kicks it out for the three-point shot. Wangale, no. Kosa will bring the ball up for Mozambique. Just about 3 minutes to go here in the first. Kosa gets it to Kovane. Kovane. That was a good offensive play for Kosa to draw in the defense and kick it out to Kovane, and it's now a 10-point lead for Mozambique. There's a good scoop pass from Rosa Uma. Christina Akinyi gets it back. She'll fire. Too hard off the glass. Gets it out to Reynolds. Reynolds takes a turn. Reynolds knocks it down.
Very good response there from Victoria Reynolds.
That's her third point in this game. Mukaro is fouled by Christina Akinyi on the drive. Mukaro saw the open lane in the backcourt. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor as Kenya managed to cut this lead back to single digits. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the first. Let's head to the Kenya bench and listen to them hash it out.
Who is marking this girl upper? She's right-handed. Let's see what will happen this side. But your teammate must know unamleta huku so that another side today na huyo. But hapa katikati tunaiwacha sana. Sindio? Two, let's execute our play. Horns will work. If the person who gives the screen rolls inside, the two bigs are standing. Washapatia screen, wenda. Huyu mwingine abaki. It will work. Enda na wewe. Sawa.
Coach Mayenga talking about the weak side defense. That's where Mozambique have been able to get a good amount of their baskets, and how that last defender needs to rotate and help on the cut. Mukaro hits that first free throw. And Mozambique have been 2 for 2 now, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. They're going to opt to not put that full court pressure as Rosa Uma brings the ball up, gets it to Reynolds. Ball is poked away, and here comes Mukaro. And they've scored 8 of their points now, Usher, on this play right here. Once they get the steal, there's that quick pass to the guard running the floor. More often than not, it's Mukaro, and Kenya are going to have to adjust to that.
Mukaro has been doing a good job in this tournament to put her name on the steals score sheet. She's currently leading in the championship at 11 steals in 3 games so far.
And she puts in heavy minutes. Nice pass to Mercy Wanyama. Mercy was way off target in that one, and that was a good look at the hoop. Now have Kovani in the low post. She's going to get that help defense, and that's what Coach Mayenga was talking about. The last defender rotating, that was Wangale, who managed to get that help defense and didn't allow Mozambique to score the easy basket. Akinyi decides to shoot from deep, way off.
Natalie Mwangale was late to that possession.
And we'll have a substitution as Kosa and Kovane go to the bench, and back in is Seda, and in for the first time, Mabjaya.
Sortie numéro 6, Nathalie. Et entre 17, Mélissa. 60 secondes. Kenya and Mozambique.
Mabjaya will get the pass out to Makauro. Makauro is definitely feeling it tonight, but can't get that three-pointer to drop as Otieno brings the ball up. Pass into Wanyama. She has single coverage with the head. Nice fade away, but just couldn't get it to drop. But the ball will stay with Kenya. Take a look at that spin and the fade. And it's a good crashing of the boards by Mukauro. 30 seconds left here in the game. Otieno trying to create space for herself, and it's sticky defense of Mabjaya.
There has to be better communication there from the Lionesses of Kenya.
Otieno has 5 to shoot. Gets it to Wanyama. Wanyama fires one off. Big rebound, Rose Ouma. Gets it out to Reynolds. Reynolds off balance. And there's a fight for the ball. They're going to call a jump. So Ouma's helped off the floor. And we've not seen Reynolds come across strongly yet in this first quarter as one of the leading scorers for the Kenya side, averaging 9 points per game. Mabjaya, 5 on the clock. Kick out to Seda. Seda loses the ball. Akinyi snatches it back. And that will be the buzzer to end the first quarter. Mozambique 24, Kenya 12 points. Usher, Mozambique went on a run and never looked back, and Kenya haven't been able to respond to how great they're doing with the fast breaks. But take us through some of the stats there.
Well, looking at the statistics, Mozambique are 4 for 4 on the free throw line, attempted 7 times in the field out of 13, and they've managed to drop those. But obviously, we have to talk about Mozambique's defense. They're very good on defense, and whenever they get the ball, it's a fast lane, and Mukauro on the other end converts. And that is something that Kenya need to adjust to and deal with so that they can stop the bleeding. Otherwise, if this game continues like this, things could go extremely south for the Lionesses of Kenya.
I mean, what do you think the solution would be, Usher? Is it have a guard kind of be stuck on Mukauro to make sure she doesn't have those fast break opportunities? Because when Mozambique get that ball, it is one pass and a layup. And they've really mastered that transition offense. What is the solution?
Well, the solution is to do the simple things, you know, pass that ball, swing, move, screen on the other end for Kenya, and make sure they don't turn over the ball, because if the ball is turned over in the backcourt, it's one pass, like you said, and a basket on the other side. And Mukauro is one of the most athletic players on the court right now. She's very fast on defense, and once she gets that ball, it's game over.
She never runs out of gas, and she's leading Mozambique in scoring with 8 points. Chizian, who usually feeds to Mukauro, with 2 steals. And Mozambique have found what's working for them, and they're going to milk it as long as they can. It'll be interesting to see how Kenya will adjust to what we've just seen in the first quarter, trailing by 12 points to Mozambique.
It's a very big game for the Lionesses because they've not faced opposition like this before at the Zone 5 tournament. Obviously, they were the best team as the winners eventually, but also in this tournament facing Cape Verde and Cameroon, not that good of sides as compared to Mozambique. So this is a big question for the Kenyans, and they need to make sure that they deliver if they are to enter the elite list of teams on the African continent.
It's a good steal from Reynolds, who flies down the floor for the easy bucket. And this is how you chip away at that lead. Look at her, she timed it just right and was off to the races. Chizian. Swing the ball out to Mukauro. Mukauro on the baseline. Mukauro will head to the line to shoot two. They're going to call a foul on Brenda Wasuda.
The power and energy on that drive just speaks of her strength as a player. MVP at the 2019 FIBA Women's Club Championships in Cairo after leading Ferroviario de Maputo. And here she is playing for her country, once again looking for a place in the semi-finals, but fast, the qualifiers for the quarterfinals.
Another turnover for Kenya, and Mabjaya will make them pay for it. She hits that long three-pointer. As you take a look at the replay, Chizian with her third steal of this game, and she has been on the floor at the right place at the right time as Christina Akinyi tries to roll one in, no good. And Mozambique really looking to push this ball on transition. Minute and 20 seconds played in the second. Mozambique have extended this to a 15-point lead. That was a nice backdoor cut by Victoria Reynolds. Can't finish it. Big rebound from Christina Akinyi. No good. And Kenya have to be careful with the recovery defense as Mabjaya slows things down a little bit. Mukauro floats a nice pass into the paint to find Tamara Seda for the finish. Excuse me, Gimo for the finish. No, it was Seda. I wasn't seeing things. And that's a good sell by Gimo. They'll call the offensive foul on Rose Ouma.
Well, Judge Mayenga has a decision to make because Mozambique are playing with their two bigs in this game, Tamara Seda and Gimo. And on Kenya's side, you have Brenda and Christine. It's too much of an ask to expect them to deliver on both ends of the court because they're being outsized, be it on the screen or even on the boards.
Chizian on the drive, kicks it out to Mukauro. That was good hands from Brenda Wasuda. Melissa Otieno is going to push the ball up. They have the numbers here. Wasuda kick out to Reynolds. Reynolds for the center drive and the runner. And she's going to float that one in to give Kenya 16 points. They're going to call the fouls on Victoria Reynolds. Push is just a bit too intense on that one. And now we have a substitution as Reynolds checks out, Wangale in. And it seems Coach Mayenga didn't hear you, Usher. He didn't change the Kenya front court. He's going to let Wasuda and Akinyi figure things out. Gimo in the post. Almost loses it. Get it to Seda. Chizian now from 3 points. Offensive board by Brenda Wasuda, who's been very consistent on the boards for them. Rose Oma fouled on the drive. She was a bit short on that one. She wanted to get the and one.
She seemed to have a good eye on the boards, but came up short after the foul, obviously. Didn't she'll go to the line.
Gimo out, Kovani in.
Rose Ouma, a veteran player for Kenya, made her debut on the national team in 2003 at the All-Africa Games in Abuja, Nigeria. She's been in and out of the national team, but it's good to see her here playing with players like Christina Akinyi, who was 6 in 2003. Can you imagine that?
Don't say that too loudly for Rose to hear.
I'm sure Rose wouldn't mind, as she's proud to be the captain of Kenya. It's always an honor, you know, when you sing the national anthem and go out there and make your country proud, despite the result.
Ouma tries to save the ball. Mukauro takes one step too many. She killed the dribble before knowing where she was going to pass it. And that's an unforced turnover to give Kenya another opportunity to score. "14-point lead for Mozambique." Kosa to inbound. Seda back to Kosa. Wangale will make sure to put that ball pressure. Seda with the fadeaway, no good. Ouma with the rebound, gets it to Otieno. Otieno's gonna go all the way. And it's a nice touch off the glass. Melissa Otieno with her 5th point in this game. Kosa into Seda. Mukauro with the offensive board. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Seda's gonna try and take it in. Spins, tries to get it over Mercy Wanyama. That was good defense from the Lionesses. Otieno fights for the rebound. You can see her teammates checking on her. That was good hustle against Seda. And we've talked about basketball being a game of runs, and we can see the momentum just slowly tip towards Kenya as they shake off the cobwebs of the first quarter and try and get fired up here in the second.
Such is the human mind. When you have something going for you, it motivates you to be consistent.
Otieno rejected. Wanyama, the long 2. Can't get that one to drop. It's a fight to slow it down. And Mukauro will bring the ball up. Kosa tries to dish. Washura is fighting for the ball. They'll call a jump with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. And Tamar Seda, she's really been hustling in this game on the offensive and defensive end and doing as much as she can to get her team in. And she's put in heavy minutes in this tournament. And remember, Mozambique were in the group of death with Angola and Nigeria.
For the Mozambican players, they know that they don't want to test defeat yet again. They need something, anything that smells like victory today, and they'll do anything to get that W.
Melissa Akinyi on the drive. Goes off the foot of Seda. Take a closer look at the replay. And the ball will stay with Kenya. Mwangale with 4 to shoot. She lets one go and it's short. Mercy Wanyama tries to recover off the foot of Mukauro. And we're just halfway through the second quarter here. Three on the shot clock. Rose is going to have to let one loose. She does. And Natalie Mwangale doing what she does on the defensive end. You put that ball down and she's going to get her hands all over it.
And that's the beauty about her defensive skills. She did that in the first 2 games. She's still on the same song. And you love to see it.
And don't be fooled by her size. She's a very, very strong player. Mercy Wanyama tries to throw one up. Melissa Otieno was open in the corner. Kosa will bring the ball up. And Mwangale again will try and help. Gets the ball to Aoma. Kenya will want to push the ball on transition here. Aoma almost loses it. Otieno lets one go. Wasuda is fighting for that rebound. And you can see both sides are so hungry in every possession as Mercy Wanyama stays on the floor. You can see her on the left side of your screen there. She seems to have been hit on the face. This is the quarterfinals qualification. Every game will be taken, not given. And you can bet there's going to be a fight to the final whistle in this matchup. Wanyama will go get checked out by the medical as Christine Akinyi comes back into the game. Akinyi had 14 points in the last game against Cape Verde. Mwangale sends a long pass to Otieno. Otieno from beyond the arc. Huge three-point shot for Melissa Otieno, who manages to cut this lead down to single digits.
It's a big moment for Kenya right now. And you talked about a rhythm, and that is what is working for the Lionesses right now, as Mozambique ask for a timeout. Let's head over to the floor and listen to what Nasir Saleh has to tell his players.
Nós paramos de marcar. Eles devagar já começam a vir, atenção. Na defesa, bola lateralizada, vamos prender cá dentro. Se há bloqueio lateral, atenção. Sai de negar o bloqueio, arrastar para baixo, tá? E o trap aqui dentro. E rodamos tudo, tá? Na zona, linha 6-6. Quando houver retorno de bola, voltamos de novo. Atenção, na primeira linha defensiva, não permitam que eles penetrem pelo meio. Não são obrigados a entrar em rotação sem necessidade. Aguenta. Primeira ajuda vem para a bola, tá? Atenção, lado contrário. Esse bump que eu não posso dar. Tá bem? Vamos lá.
Well, listening into Nasir Saleh's timeout, and he says whenever they lose the ball, they need to be fast on defense and try to stop the Kenyan team. Perhaps it's now working out for George Maenga, that is playing a small-sized team on court with Christine and Brenda, who can run the floor, as Kenya look to continue that good run that they had in the last couple of minutes.
Otieno with the center drive and the runner. Too strong. Wasuda chases it down, keeps it alive, gets it to Otieno. Now Akinyi. Too hard. Another huge rebound for Wasuda. She tries to keep it alive. And Kenya are trying their absolute best to score. Ball stays with them. And if Kenya has 9 lives, they used about 5 of them in that possession alone. But it's great hustle, great hustle from both sides, from both teams. Stakes are high. Akinyi will kick it out to Wasuda. Wasuda blocked. Mafanela now at the wing. Wasuda tries to poke it out of her hands, and they'll call the foul on Wasuda. She picks up her second. Brenda Wasuda will go have a seat in the bench, but she has been phenomenal for Kenya in the last 1 minute, especially on the offensive and defensive boards. Back in the game is Mercy Wanyama. Rose Oma will also have a seat, and checking in Celine Okumu. Kovane. Mwangale. Excellent job on defense. I can talk about her defense all night tonight, Usher. To be able to snatch the ball without fouling, she has been pivotal for Kenya in this game so far.
It's very good eyes and good hands and good feet, you must say, for Mwangale, leading from the backcourt for Kenya.
Unfortunately, on the other end, she has a turnover. Kosa now to Mukauro. Mukauro hits the wide range 3. Mukauro, who has been shooting the 3-pointer very well in this game. We haven't seen much of that from her in previous games. Okumu. She is alone in that wing and almost loses the ball. Christine's gonna have to throw one up. And Kenya unable to convert in what was a bit of a sloppy possession. And we keep on saying basketball is a game of runs and stops, and Mozambique did a good job of getting that stop as a foul has been called on the floor. Okumu will pick up her first. See the replay of Mukauro knocking that one down. And she has 13 points in this game.
13 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Wow. She's a natural born leader, Mukauro. You see the way that she talks to her teammates, and is a player who is always hungry for victory.
I love her intensity. Once she gets fired up,
she's the definition of intense. Mukauro and Mwangale.
You're right, those two match up very well, and those are the kind of leaders that you want to be bringing up the ball, that you want in the point guard position, as Melissa Otieno throws one up. It's rebounded by Chizian. Still a 14-point game here. Pereira out to Kosa, wide open at the 3, and she will hit those wide open shots.
Annabella Kosa playing at her 8th AfroBasket, queen of 3s. This is who she is.
Mwangale throws in a nice floating pass into Christine Akinyi, and she's fouled on the way up by Mafanela. Akinyi will shoot two. That was a good eye from Mwangale. As you see, Kosa has 2 for 3 from three-point land. Timeout on the floor. Let's hear what Kenya has to say.
The reason why the place is working. Unachukua ball unaanza hivi. So kuna mtu anakuseti tu. Nani yuko hapa, nani yuko hapa, nani yuko center. Hakuna. You fake this side pass it, rudi hapo uchukue. We are taking too much time on our half. So, let's come and run. No wonder we can't run plays because we have to push in. Wamejua kule chini tutafunga. So pass. Get the ball this side and run. Always run because it's a big man to give their speed. The other big man, swing in.
There is Coach George Mayenga of Kenya talking about the press from Mozambique and asking the Lionesses to use the screens so that they can pass that ball, move it, and he's talking about how they're spending a lot of time on their half of the court. Let's see if they will deliver, Silale. What do you think?
Only time will tell, Usher. Only time will tell. I think Kenya has had some good runs, but it's the consistency that will allow them to win this game. And at the end of the day, it comes down to the decision-making of a few key players to just decide, you know what, we're winning this game. And we talked about it earlier. So this one's going to come down to heart and desire. And right now, Mozambique are showing just a little bit more of that, but still very early days and plenty of time for Kenya to turn this one around. As we see them try and do everything, but Gimo with a nice turnaround jumper. And it's quickly become an 18-point lead for Mozambique. And there was a lack of communication there between Mwangale and Okumu.
You could hear her telling her, come to me, come and screen for me. She said it in Swahili, kuja.
Okumu with 8 to shoot. She throws one up. Owino tries to grab the boards. No, Gimo brings it, and it's a nice quick pass down the floor. Chizian now at the wing, gets it back to Mabjaya. Gimo's feeling the heat. Ball is tipped out of bounds by Kovane. Tieno gets the ball to Okumu. Owino tries to hit it off the glass. Good rebound from Christina Kinyi. She's struggled from the field today. And Mabjaya with 1 to shoot. She didn't know how much time they had left, and that will take us to halftime. Mozambique, 41 points, Kenya 23. It's a commanding 18-point lead here at halftime. And this is a trend that we've seen in actually all the 3 games that we watched today. Stakes are high. Usher, take us through some of the stats and let us know what has stood out to you.
Well, obviously, looking at the statistics, Kenya have only managed 3 out of 12 behind the arc, and that could have easily become their stronghold, but no, 24 rebounds for Kenya. They've been doing a great job there, and 7 steals for each of the teams. Very good defense there for both of them. And looking at Ingvild Mukaro, 15 points, 6 for Kosa. Chizian has 5, and that brings us really to the halftime of this game. Kenya have a lot of work to do in the second half. We'll be back after that.
Good point. This is the Agustino. Good point. Good point.
Point lead for Nigeria. Kalu creates that space. Nice shot from Kalu. Nice backdoor cut. And the pump fake. Look at the moves from number 12, Farida Abdelnabi. Rebound grabbed down by Salata. Long pass to Aleji. She's going to spin and go up. What a block from Josiana Vash, the 6'1" center who does it all for Cape Verde. Beautiful. Their only elite scorer, Sahi. Nice spin move with the fadeaway. It's good. That was desperately needed by Nigeria, and Amosi fires. Yes, rattles it in, and look at the bench go wild.
That was beautiful from Enabossi to celebrate that one going into the break.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Good afternoon from the Palais de Sport in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Taking a look at the game leaders for Mozambique. Bukauro, 15 points. We saw 8 of those come in the first quarter. Leading for them in rebounds is Tamara Seda with 6 rebounds and 2 points. But Bukauro really has been the engine for Mozambique in this game. 4 assists, 2 steals. She's been doing it on both ends of the floor. Her energy, her leadership, her enthusiasm and determination to get her team into the quarterfinals has really shown in this game. For Kenya, the game leaders, Melissa Otieno leading at 8 points, Christina Kinyi 5 rebounds, and Natalie Wangale 1 assist. Next in scoring for Kenya is Victoria Reynolds at 7 points. But it was Otieno who really has been the scoring leader for Kenya. She's been shooting 25% from inside the arc and has hit 2 of her 3-pointers. But really, names that we're used to seeing, Mercy Wanyama, who has the highest efficiency on the Kenya squad, has been held to 1 rebound and 0 points. And I don't think that's necessarily a hit on what she's able to do, but we have to talk about what Mozambique are doing on defense and how the technical bench led by Coach Nasir Saleh have scouted Kenya so well to know how to take them out of their comfort zones and how to contain their key players.
We have to remember that Mozambique is a team that is used to playing under immense pressure, as these players have done an incredible job over the last 5 years at both club and country level, and they're basically using that experience in this game to lead the Kenya Lionesses.
Yes, indeed. It's 7 steals from Mozambique, and I think the majority of those came in the first quarter. We saw them convert almost on every single steal that they had. It had that steal and that quick pass to the guard running down the lane, and that was able to get them a quick 12-point lead in the first quarter. They've never looked back since. Now it's managed to extend it to an 18-point lead at the bottom of the first half. Usher, what do Kenya need to do differently to slow down Mozambique, who are making this a very high-scoring game?
First of all, you need the Kenya bigs to pick rebounds on both ends of the court. And once they do that, it means that they'll have a second chance at controlling the pace of the game. Because for now, you have Gimo and Tamara doing an incredible job on both ends of the court. They have half of Mozambique's 22 rebounds, just the two of them. And that means that it spells out the work for Vilma, for Brenda Wasuda, for Christine Okenye and Masi Wanyama. They need to do better on the boards. They have to box out, they have to be aggressive, because if they're not aggressive, Mozambique is going to have a field day in the paint, and that will hurt the Kenya Lionesses if they have any chance of winning this game.
I mean, Mozambique are getting it done in the paint and even beyond the arc, Usher. They've been averaging 36 from 2 points field goal in 36%, that is 2 points field goal in this game, and 16% only has been their average from the three. But in this game, they're averaging 50% from beyond the arc. They've hit 5 of their attempted three-point shots, and they're also averaging 50% from inside where the 2-point area is, and that is the best shooting that they've had in this tournament so far.
Well, obviously, when you compare the other two sides that they've played against, Nigeria and Angola, those are teams that are very consistent on defense, do not give any space to the Mozambicans. And when you look at the way Kenya has been playing, once in a while they've lacked focus, they've lost concentration, and Mozambique have gone on to capitalize on that. Let's listen in to the coach Nasir Saleh and what he's telling his players.
Duas faltas dentro, não importa agora, neste período. Vamos iniciar bem, tá? Vamos lá, malta.
You can hear him saying vamos and telling the players to go hard and play to complete this game. It's going to be a tough second half for Kenya. They need to start strongly. And as we can see, the captain, Rose Ouma, briefing her teammates. It's still a small-sized team. Means that they want to run the flow.
And here we have Mafanello, who will inbound and get Mozambique going. Closer to Mafanella. It's a kick out to Pereira. Seda for the long two. No offensive boards for Kenya. Nice steal from Brenda Wasuda. And it's good to see her back on the floor. Wanyama gets it to Wasuda. Wasuda power dribble. And can't get that one to drop. Wasuda reminds me a little bit of Guinea's Kaba. She's right there under the hoop, but hasn't been able to master. You know, each court, each hoop has its own personality, Usher. And you have to be able to flirt a little bit with it, talk to it nicely, and establish a rapport. As Mukauro, another steal for her. She's flying down the floor. And Kenya with good recovery. Kosa has space for the three-point shot. In and out. Oma will bring the ball up. Gets it to Wangale. And they'll be looking at their motion offense. There's not enough movement off the ball. Wanyama now with 5 left on the clock. She'll have to let one loose. It was a rushed shot and she couldn't get it to fall. Jump ball. And taking a look at that replay, Mozambique have been making sure Wanyama doesn't get into the positions that she likes. She's been averaging 10 points per game in this tournament. Right now, she has 0. But she'll be looking to change that in this third quarter. One and a half played, and the scoreline has not changed. Wasuda fighting. And you have to admire her hustle in this game. Brenda Wasuda with 3 rebounds, 2 steals. And she's been a valuable asset for the Kenya squad on the defensive end. Wangale to Ouma. Reynolds at the wing, 5 on the clock. She was bumped, didn't get the foul call. Here comes Mukauro. Bounce pass to Kosa. Kosa with an easy lay-in. And that's the transition offense that we've been talking about tonight, Usher.
Effective to the core.
Mafanella pokes the ball away. Wasuda manages to keep it alive. Wanyama now kicks off the glass for the finish, and she gets up on the scoreboard.
Finally gets up on the scoreboard, you meant.
Finally gets up on the scoreboard. Kosa to Mafanella. Mafanella kicks it out to Kosa, to Mukauro for the long 3. It's in and out. Wanyama with the offensive boards. And the points differential has not changed, as Ouma winds her way around the defense for the finish. And that's a clutch basket from Kenya captain.
Very timely for Ouma.
Mafanella can't get it to go. Wasuda will try and fight with Seda for that ball. Wasuda giving Mozambique a very, very tough time. She's been amazing with the deflections, with the help side defense, crashing the boards.
Most of the things that Brenda Wasuda does, they're not reflective on the stats sheet, but she's a very big player for Kenya, especially in the paint.
Well, that's why she's on this floor right now. Mukauro with 3 on the shot clock. Kick out to Seda. Seda can't get a hand on it. And that's a shot clock violation as Kenya get a chance to convert. They were able to make that stop. And now here Ouma will bring the ball up. Bad pass from Ouma, turnover. Kosa are on the wing. They'll call the foul on Wangale, but she has some fouls to give. That's just her second personal.
She had played good defense until that moment.
Four minutes played here in the third quarter. Good backdoor cut, but Melissa Otieno had an eye on it, manages to poke the ball out of the way. It's 4 seconds on the shot clock. Mukauro, and you heard Melissa shouting it. She said the back door, keep an eye on the back door. Mukauro scored exactly there. Ouma Gets it to Brenda Wasuda, pops off. Her hands gets it to Mercy Wanyama, and Wanyama just hasn't been able to hit those long distance twos in this game. Mafanela gets it to Kosa. Mafanela wide open in the paint. And that defensive rotation, there wasn't enough communication on that, Usher.
I mean, when you look at the replay, Brenda Wasuda lost contact of where the ball was, and she was punished with the basket.
Mozambique are turning up the heat in this third quarter. They've extended the lead to 20 points.
It is all thanks to their man-to-man defense that they are playing.
Caro, she had saved that ball. It was going to be off to the races. A timeout has been called on the floor as Mozambique have crept away to a significant lead. It's the hustle that you see on that screen that has allowed them to get there and containing Kenya. Let's hear what changes Coach Mayenga is going to make.
Twice, those 4 points in the back door. Who's going to help Brenda kule chini? Because hakuna watu wawili, which means kuna mtu mmoja amefanya nini? Amechamana wake. So, 2, horns will help you. Horns can even start from here. Said lazima kwa hapa. Even hapa juu. Then you go. Whichever side. We are ingie way back hapa. The other big man. So that's what we did.
Coach George Mayenga telling his team to help Brenda on the paint, especially on that inbound. That means, again, we go back to the conversation about communication. There has to be communication all the time. Melissa had warned her teammates about the back door, but that's the thing about that play. If you lose concentration for 1 second, it's a basket. And that explains the 4 quick points that Mozambique were able to score. Kenya have to stay focused and cut down this 20-point lead if they have to have a chance to win this game.
That's a good move from Mercy Wanyama, a tough move. It's chased down by Mwangale. Kosa manages to knock it out of bounds. And it was Chizian who managed to knock it out of bounds as we get back into the game action. Mwangale at the top, gets it to Ouma. Otieno loses it. Chizian down the floor. Throws it out to Mukauro. And it's a kick out for the 3-point shot. Pereira hits from deep. And that takes Mozambique to 50 points here in the third quarter. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Menezes Otieno short. It's rebounded by Tamara Seda. And Pereira with another opportunity to shoot that 3-point shot. This time it falls off target. Mozambique keep it alive with the offensive rebounds. And Mukauro, nice floater into Seda. Just weren't able to finish it. Mukauro throws up a prayer. Uchena will bring the ball up. It's a long pass to Christine Akinyi, and this is the kind of plays we saw during the match against Cape Verde. Christine Akinyi was very efficient on that transition offense. Not seen too much of it in this matchup. Again, Mozambique is a much stronger team than Cape Verde, as that was a good move, but where was the help defense, Usher?
Back to the communication.
Veloso had a wide open lane straight to the basket.
They have got to do better than that.
Wasuda to Wangale. Otieno is wide open on the wing there. They didn't see her. And the ball will stay on this side as Pereira picks up her second foul. And both Kenya and Mozambique actually have done a pretty good job of containing the fouls in this quarter. Otieno with a center drive. It's poked away by Mukaro. Snatched back by Wangale. Wasuda can't finish. Gets the ball to Otieno, and his new shot clock for Kenya side. Ouma, another turnover for her. Seda to Mukaro. Mukaro for the finish. And Mozambique starting to look unstoppable here in the third quarter as they extend that lead farther and farther. And can you see Mafanela boxing out Brenda Wasuda there in the low post. Wasuda with a nice floating shot to get the Lionesses a bucket. Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. And Mozambique have put on an exciting show as they'll be looking to get their first win of the tournament. Seda at the top, floats it into Mafanela. Mafanela with a fade. No good. Offensive rebound. Mukaro. She fights off 2 Lionesses, 4 Lionesses. Veloso to Mukaro in the corner. No, can't get that one to fall. Otieno with the offensive rebound. And I've got to say, Usher, I've seen more organization and desire from the Mozambican side than the Lionesses, particularly in this quarter. But also taking a look at the turnover situation, 15 turnovers for Kenya.
You talk about turnovers. I want to talk about 17 assists for Mozambique. They've been sharing that ball, making sure that the person in the best position is the one scoring. And when you look at the Kenyan side, just 5 assists. That tells you a big story there.
It really does. Kenya have not been able to get into the positions where they're the most effective, and credit to Mozambique for that. An offensive foul has been called. They call it on Pereira. Okumu gets it to Wanyama. Wanyama with another fadeaway. Can't get that one to drop either. Veloso will bring the ball up, gets it to Mabujaya. Pinto kicks it out to Veloso for the three-point shot. That's good. Count it. Carla Pinto. The beautiful stroke, and Mercy Wamanyama on the other end. She'll get the foul and the basket, and she has a chance to make this a three-point opportunity. Taking a look at some of the plays here. Mozambique now at 57 points. Kenya 33. Wanyama can't convert to a three-point play. And they're going to call a jump ball as Otieno tried to chase it down.
While Mercy Wanyama misses there on the free throw line, Mozambique are 8 for 8 on the charity line.
Mercy Wanyama, who averages 10 points per game, is 2 for 13 from the 2 points tonight, Usher. It's 15% from the field, and Kenya are feeling that hit.
That is not good enough from Mercy Wanyama. She's a player who is very athletic and experienced, and in a very important game for the Lionesses today, she should be able to step up. She still has a chance. The game is not over.
You know, Kenya is the team that has come to this AfroBasket, Usher, is a rebuild team. Only 3 players from the 2019 AfroBasket are here, and Mercy Wanyama is the only player on the floor who was in Dakar, Senegal for that AfroBasket as we got to the end of the 3rd quarter. I dare say that that kind of experience is showing in this matchup against Mozambique, who has most of their players with that kind of international exposure, if you will, to these high-level tournaments. Taking a look at some of the statistics there, Usher, what stands out to you?
Well, obviously, looking at Kenya's efficiency behind the arc, just 3 threes made in a game like this, where you have Mozambique playing 2 bigs like Gimo and Seda. This should have been the game that Kenya is trying to get their scorers into a good rhythm, because if there's something that is working out for them, they should be consistent on that route. But unfortunately, things have gone south in that regard. And you talk about the experience of the Mozambicans, and that has been very key for them in this game. Yes, they trained for 4 days before coming here, but you can see that they've been together for a very long time. They know each other, playing together for Ferroviario de Maputo. You have players like Ingrid Mukauro, Annabella Cosa, Mabjai, Mafanela, Gimo, Cecilia, Kovane, and Stefania coming from the same club. Even if they're asleep, they know exactly where their teammates are, and that sort of feeds into the energy. And looking at Mukauro's statistics, 19 points, 6 assists, 5 steals. Wow, what a player.
She has been absolutely phenomenal in this game, Usher. And Kenya have had no answer for the performance that she's been putting out on this floor. As you said, that experience and then that team chemistry coming together has allowed Mozambique to explode, and you can see she can afford to smile and laugh on the bench. Even has her warmer on. I wouldn't be surprised if coach decides to give her the quarter to just rest and prepare for the quarterfinals in the event that Kenya lose this game. Here come Kosa and Mozambique. Excuse me, that's Chizian and Veloso and Mozambique at the top of the 4th quarter. Victoria Reynolds has not scored any points in the 3rd quarter. She was held to the 7 she had at the bottom of the half as Veloso inbounds the ball. That's a nice steal from Christine Akinyi. It's stolen back from Pinto. And another steal from Victoria Reynolds. It's 3-on-1. Christina Akinyi can't finish it. Melissa Otieno with the putback. 10 points for Otieno. Pinto kicks it out to Mabjai. Mabjai with the baseline drive, tries to get it to Gimo. A run down the floor. Veloso helps Natalie Mwangali up. It's a good show of sportsmanship. I think respect between guards. It's an unsportsmanlike foul called, and Mwangale will shoot 2 alone at the charity stripe. Ashley Mwangale, who currently plays for one of the top teams in Kenya, KPA, misses a second free throw, and scores are now 57 Mozambique, 36 to Kenya. Reynolds tries to get it up over the hands of the defenders, get her own rebound, manages to put it back in. And she'll get her first field goal of the half. That shot is short for Gimo. Reynolds, Otieno, and Akinyi now down the floor. Reynolds takes an early shot, and there was no one to rebound, Usher.
And that's sort of what we were talking about earlier. There has to be a presence, a very strong presence in that paint.
Mercy Wanyama's frustrations continue as she just can't get her usual perimeter shot to fall. That was good defense in the low post. And we have a substitution of 4 players. Coach Nasir Saleh says we need a total injection of fresh legs, Usher.
It is the starting 5 of Mozambique that are going to close out this game. Very intentional for Nasir Saleh.
Chizian from downtown misses everything. And Kenya are going to have to really lock in to make sure Mozambique don't extend this lead any further, with the starting 5 now on the floor. Reynolds, good recovery. Wanyama, again, just can't connect. She's shooting 2 out of 14. And that is the lowest percentage, scoring percentage that she's had in this tournament so far. Seda kicks it out to Mabjaya. Mabjaya way off target. Kenya gonna go for a set offense. Otieno at the wing. Gets it out to Wanyama. Akinyi now with 2 on the shot clock. Has to let 1 go. And you can see Kenya are tired, Usher. Even the steam engine of Mwangale is slow to recover on the other side of the floor. And Mozambique have put their foot on the gas and not slowed down since. Mwangale, good hustle from her, pushing past the fatigue. Manages to get some stoppage. Mafanela tries to get 1 off for the buzzer and was way too short. Mwangale will bring the ball up. Otieno, kick out to Mangale, finds Reynolds for the three-point shot. Can't get that one to fall. Kenya chases it down, keeps it alive for Kenya. Otieno now tries to find Wasuda in the paint. Seda with a steal. And gets it into the hands of Chizian. And you can see that Mozambique are now working on the things that they'll be doing in the quarterfinals in anticipation of the opponents that they'll meet there. Otieno to Reynolds. Reynolds almost loses the ball, almost loses it again, manages to find her way to the basket. It's tipped away by Christina Kinyi to Mwangale for the three-point shot. Seda out to Mukauro, and Mukauro pumps the brakes. But it's a good use of time. Oh my goodness! Look at the block from Natalie Akinyi against Tamara Seda.
It is a sign of hunger right there from Mwangale. She's been giving everything in this game, on offense, on defense, with steals and blocks now, scoring. She's really done everything.
And that's just good basketball and display right there from Mozambique. Mukaro to find Mafanella on the cut.
The way Mafanella came off the ground, I thought she was going to dunk that ball.
It could have happened. It could have happened. Maybe we should have a conversation with her after this game. Could see it happen later on in this tournament.
We could add her to our list that has Chidom.
And Palace.
And Palace, right. Great.
Akinyi manages to get one off the backboard. It's back to a 19-point deficit for the Kenya side. Chizian, ball smacked away by Christine Akinyi. Mukaro now from deep. Big board from Mafanella. Mafanella is wide open for the putback, and Rose Ouma slacked a little bit there on the recovery.
There's nothing much she could have done. She was beaten. She let it go.
Ouma with the answer on the other side of the floor. It's a clutch three-point shot for her. Mafanella to Mabjaya. Mabjaya to Mukaro. Mukaro, heat check. She still got that heat. Mukaro is on fire today. And that's gonna be 21 points for her. Brenda Adhiambo Wasuda finally getting some offensive action there. 4 points for her. Seda, single coverage, makes him pay. Mukaro with another steal, and she's gonna push it. Mabjaya now, top of the key. 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And Seda, she's gonna have to make those to be a valuable asset for Mozambique. But she has put in heavy minutes against some strong teams. And I bet that rest day wasn't enough for her to get all her strength back. As Natalie Mwangale finds the bottom of the net. 8 points for her. She's shooting 40% from the three. And as Usher had said earlier, she really is doing it all for Team Kenya.
Kenya sorti du temps. Et donc, entre les 13,
Mabjaya with the shovel pass, and Oma was there with a recovery. Mafanella wide open on the weak side. And that's just been a hole that Kenya have not been able to plug, that weak side defense, delaying on the rotation. And Mozambique have taken full advantage of it. Kick to Mercy Wanyama. She struggled from the two. Her struggles continue. And here comes Shizian bringing up the ball. 2 minutes left here in this game, the third game of the day of the quarterfinals qualification round. Mafanella will have a seat. A well-deserved one. She's had a good game, put in some good minutes for Mozambique. 12 points for her, 5 rebounds. Oma will bring the ball up for Kenya. Wangale sees the lane, tries to kick it out to Wanyama. It's stolen by Enrique. It's good defensive play from Akinyi. She manages to save it. And Ouma will bring the ball up. Tries to find Wanyama cutting down the lane. Kicks it back out to Wangale. Wanyama. Finally, another basket for her.
Kenya 50, Mozambique 67.
Timeout on the floor. Mozambique. It's going to be the final instructions from Coach Nasir. Let's hear what he has to say.
Não termina hoje o jogo, temos mais amanhã. Se isolamos contigo e tu retardes o ataque, a seguir, atenção, o retorno de bola ao base, continuamos. Passe bem decidido por baixo. Saíste do bloqueio, não há linha de passe, está nas costas de defesa, continua com a bola. Pede o outro repique para continuar, tá? Jogamos 54, ok? Vamos lá, bora. 54, vamos lá.
Well, with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go, Coach Nasir Saleh talking about how they need to push until the end of the game, even if they have another one tomorrow, a big one, a quarterfinal. They need to end on a high.
Kenya managed to cut down this lead to 17 points from 21 here in the fourth quarter. And we see an attempt from Enrique. She misses everything. As Coach Nasir Saleh tries to get her few minutes before the end of the game. Rose Ouma. It was a nice move to the hoop, just couldn't close it out. Chizian will chase the ball down, manage to keep it alive. Mabjaya out to Pereira for that three-point shot. Pereira is an absolute menace from beyond the arc. And that's going to be 6 points for her. As Otieno tries to find Owino in the low post. There's good defense from Enrique. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Mozambique decide to take their time and run that clock as much as they can. Enrique can't finish with the putback. She's fouled on the way up and will go to the line. As the starting five watches from the bench. Guimo to shoot.
Premier essai réussi par le numéro 15, Dimo du Mozambique. Deuxième essai réussi.
2 clutch free throws for Guimo.
9 secondes à jouer.
Owino will inbound.
Kenya, 50.
And Jemima Mondi, who has the ball right now, her first minutes in the AfroBasket tournament. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. As the end of the third game, and Mozambique are the third team to advance to the quarterfinals that will be played tomorrow at the 2021 AfroBasket. That's the final score on your screen. Mozambique 72, Kenya 50 points.
Dans une heure, mesdames et messieurs, quatrième et dernier match.
Archer, let's take a look at some of the stats on the screen there. What stands out to you?
Impressive from Mozambique to see 10 of 10 on the free throw line. That is a team that deserves to win today. And when you look at the rebounds, Kenya 43, Mozambique 41. Surprising that Kenya did well. 21 points for Ingvild Mukauro, 12 for Mafanela, 8 for Annabella Kosa, Mwangale with 8, Reynolds there, tried to get into the conversation, and obviously Otieno with the 10 points. That was a very intense game. Kenya gave it everything, but Mozambique, the experience, the exposure over the years is what was the difference.
Yes, indeed. In that third quarter, Mozambique scored 16 to Kenya's 10 points. And even though Kenya outscored Mozambique in the fourth quarter, really this lead took place in the first quarter when Mozambique ran away with it, 24 to 12. And then again in the second quarter, 17 to 11. So Kenya were playing catch up the entire time. And Kenya is not a good team that when they're trailing. You know, to have that kind of pressure, we've talked about making runs, having stops, that's really how you cut down a strong lead, and Kenya weren't able to get into the comfortable positions that they're used to scoring in, especially for Mercy Wanyama, who traditionally is an excellent field goal scorer. And we're taking a look at the percentage for the 2 points here, 28% from the two. They usually average 36, or they've averaged 36 in this tournament so far. And they were 29% from 3, which is above what they're usually scoring. But I don't think it's so much that Kenya played badly. Mozambique played really, really well.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that will put everything into context. Well, look at it this way. Annabella Kosa is 35 years old. She's playing at her 8th AfroBasket. Rose Ouma is 36, playing at her 2nd AfroBasket. For Kenya to enter the table of elite teams on the African continent, there has got to be consistency. It cannot be you come to this AfroBasket once and you miss out the next 4 editions, and then you come back and think that you will enter the semifinals or the quarterfinals. So there's got to be a lot of work done by the Kenyan team and the federation. They have to invest more in this team. There's a lot of talent when you look at the East African region. Kenyan teams have been dominating the East Africa secondary school games for a very long time. I'm talking about 3 decades, 4 decades. So that has got to count at some point. There has to be consistency playing at the under-16s, at the under-18s, because that's what teams like Mozambique, Angola, Egypt have been doing for so many years.
It's the end of the road for Kenya. Mozambique advanced to the quarterfinals. We'll see them take on Senegal tomorrow, and that will take us to the end of this game. Mozambique 72, Kenya 50. Coming up next, we see Angola playing against Cape Verde. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.